And let's move on to our next story, or the main story for this show, guys.
All right. What do we got?
Republicans, man, coming through. Oh, we got a new. I think we got a new setup here. Just trying to make it look all newsy. Talking some weed news here. Main story.
Yeah.
Check that out. Talking some weed news here. Republicans coming through with a new weed bill to legalize cannabis. What do you guys think? Yeah, it's called the.
Don't pull my chain here, man. You know how I feel about this.
The States Reform Act, and it's led by Republican Nancy Mace, representative from South Carolina.
Okay.
She wants to federally reschedule cannabis and create regulatory scheme, tax, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
3.75% tax rate, by the way, which is surprisingly low if you ask me. Federal tax rate. Yeah, states
but it's not 30.
Exactly. States will still have their own jurisdiction on how they want to do, but federally, it won't be legal. It will deschedule it. It will be taken off the schedule, and it'll be run by the FDA. So that will be the oversight committee, according to this plan, this proposal,
dude.
So I mean, what do you think?
I'm loving it. I mean, I'll take the deschedule. We've talked about this many times before. At least give me the deschedule because it doesn't deserve to be on the goddamn schedule. So at least give me that.
Okay.
This will.
My thing is this. Yes, I agree with that 100%. But it's run by the FDA.
Okay, I mean that I don't have a problem either because which government agency would you want it to run it? The money place? No.
They'd be, according to Forbes, the FDA would be a limited regulatory authority. It would actually be treated similar to alcohol. So the Treasury Department's Alcohol and Tobacco Tax Trade Bureau would be chief regulator for the market.
Okay, I mean
3.75% tax would go to projects that supported the better, like Small Business Association, law enforcement, programs for reintegration, aids for new businesses.
Listen, this is what I voted for Joe Biden for, like this exact bill, and it's coming from the Republicans.
Why?
That is like mind-blowing to me, and I'm gonna take it. You know what I mean? I'm going to take it. And when I say I voted for Joe Biden, I mean, I voted Democrat because what I thought was going to happen is it was a big push in the legalization of marijuana.
We heard about Chuck Schumer, right? We spoke a few episodes ago about, thanks, Cash, passing us a couple beers here.
Thank you, sir.
So Chuck Schumer, right, introduced a beer earlier this year that we spoke about.
He introduced the beer earlier this year?
Cash introduced the beer to me just a second. But no, so Chuck Schumer introduced a bill earlier this year that the MORE Act, exactly. And basically, this was meant to do the same thing.
Basically, the same
decriminalize cannabis or legalize it. There's in this bill, in the Republican-led bill, Nancy Mace, by the way, again, is the name of the representative from South Carolina. She proposes expungement of all federal cannabis, violent cannabis-related crimes.
Bingo. Check mark.
So that would be good. It would also allow. One of the things she said is that it would help to allow businesses that use or that deal with cannabis to work with banks.
Damn, another check mark.
Yeah, because right now, as you know, federal banks will not work with most cannabis companies because, or not federal banks, but federally insured banks, right?
Correct.
FDIC. Will not work with most cannabis companies because it's considered seedy. It's federally.
It's illegal.
Yeah,
it's illegal. I mean,
federally.
It's drug money.
Yeah.
Check. Check another check mark. These are all the things that I personally have said on this show many times. I want with the legalization of cannabis. Take my tax money and give it to small businesses, right? Expunge all these non-violent, like yesterday. Like, I can't believe we're still having that discussion when people are making millions and millions and millions of dollars while people are rotting in jail for that. So big ups. Like, I don't even know what to say. I'm still in awe that it's coming from a Republican-led senator or representative.
Yeah. Well, I think that they're finally starting to get on board, get on the train of knowing, well, holy shit, let's look at the numbers, right?
That's true.
Everybody, different organizations have been putting out the numbers, and we've seen across the United States that people are, cannabis is bringing in big money.
Yep.
I think, what do we have for break? About a minute or two.
Let's see
We're
right
getting
there.
close to it. All
Okay.
right, so I think the Republicans are seeing that it's big business, and we have an opportunity to. I mean, no matter what side of the fence you're on, right? Republican, Democrat, or where else, I think that most people get into the government, whether they get corrupted at one point or the other. Most people get into the government with a desire to do better, with a desire to improve the country.
Okay.
And I think that people are starting to realize that that legalizing cannabis can only freaking help.
Correct.
It can only help. And no doubt will improve the country. We are in the deficit in the trillions. You know what I'm saying? And we have a resource, damn near free resource that is out there. That's, you know what I mean? In which
That
we
is
can
abundant.
recuperate. Yeah, for very little cost, we can recuperate a huge portion of that.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And that's why I get so mad, because it sounds so easy. And not only hemp, like, why is not hemp all over this country? The uses of hemp alone should make marijuana legal. I mean, I guess hemp is legal now federally, but my point is the same. Exactly. We wasted so much time with all this bullshit. You know, I know we got to go to break and we'll come back.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they figured out how to make some money of it, so they said, "All right, let's make it legal now."
Yeah.
You're right. It's always about the money. Follow the money trail.
Follow the money. Yeah, that being said, listen, when we come back, we'll talk more about this. JB's going to clean himself up, get himself a bib over here, spilling beer. What's up, everybody? It's your boys Frank the Tank and JB Perez from the Podheads Web Show. Here to remind you to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, hit the alerts button if you want to find out every time we drop some new fire.
Yeah, that's right. And we're dropping new videos every day at 4:20. So if you like what you saw, click here or here for more content from the Podheads.